We chose students who are passionate about art and who really wanted to be a part of the project.
I mean, it's really beautiful, and it was an awesome process to watch.
The whole project was just, everybody got involved, the principals, the teachers, the kids.
To be honest, it kind of exceeded. I didn't really have many expectations ahead of time.
The process of just watching the wall come together impacted every single person and every single student on our campus. It was a passion project.
It just brought everybody together. I think it was a great ending to the end of the year of 2022.
Just watching it all come together was really beautiful, and it's an experience that we will all take with us.
Well, I am on the Quality Council, which sets the budget and gives ideas to, make school more equal. I recommended a couple of kids to help on the mural as well, and I talked to the kids about the people on the mural.
Through the Equity Council that we started talking about how we wanted to use funds to reach the kids, and we thought that arts was definitely one of the ways, but we also wanted to make the campus seem more welcoming, because all of our walls are very sterile and kind of off-white. So when we were pitching ideas with the new budget for ideas, I brought up the idea about having murals on the different walls.
The Equity Council makes recommendations to the governing board as we build our budget on how our at-risk funds are going to be used. And so one of the recommendations was the mural project, and also just to create more diverse student experiences here on the campus and kind of try to think outside the box of how we can do that. So that's where the idea originated. We proposed that in our at-risk budget to the governing council. They approved it. And then we just did the work of trying to figure out how we were going to do that. As far as the artist was concerned, I had a friend reach out to me who recommended Aaryon Williams and provided, a link to his resume and some links to some other projects that he had done. And so when I read his story and looked at his resume, I just felt like this was going to be a really unique opportunity to work with somebody who could make an impact on our campus. And so we brought Aaryon to meet the principal, and the rest is history. It's on the wall.
Some of the lessons are simply that. They're lessons learned, and they're hard lessons, and we have to allow our kids to learn those lessons.
North Valley Academy is it's a really special school. It's always had a really close community, and we began an equity council in 2020, and we began just having some really deep conversations about our students, our population, their needs. We began looking at them and asking ourselves, what are their backgrounds? How do we reach every single one? How do we reach our underserved students? And so my vision is for us to be able to reach and know and have a deep relationship with every single student here.
I do feel like since I've come here that we've found ways to use our grants in a more creative way to support our students but still fall within the guidelines of what the federal grants allow. So I think that's been a big win.
She's very strong-willed. The way she sees things is just different. I have 5 kids, and she's definitely different. She's artsy, she's creative, she's smart. She's one of my most challenging kids, but it's awesome to see her just be independent and just kind of do her own thing, and I don't really have to really worry about her too much because she just gets things done. She knows what to do and kind of just takes charge, and I'm lucky to have her.
Hope is, well, first of all, she enjoyed immensely working on the project. One of her outlets is art. She has a lot of art at home. She really liked working on this large piece behind us, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And for her, it's kind of a release. For Hope, art is an outlet. A lot of times other children misunderstand her. and she often comes home with hurt feelings, with anger issues, you name it, the gamut. And the way she sort of calms herself, or the way she expresses herself, is through art.
That's exactly what it is. That is her niche, art. Anything to do with art, like Paul said, it is a calming influence for her. But again, like Paul said too, with this is the largest piece she's ever done yet in her young life. And I expect this is only the beginning for her. And what this has done for Hope is given her the confidence to go forward with her art. We can tell her all day long, you're an amazing artist. But to hear it from artists and to work on a piece this grand, noble, I think this is a very noble piece. That was an amazing experience for her. And I'm very grateful to NVA and those involved that she was given that opportunity, because this is opening a door for her now for the rest of her life. And I think that's really awesome.
I would agree. For Hope, it's very cathartic, and it's also, it provides her with a sense of pride and self-worth and self-confidence.
Yes, exactly.
That she is sometimes lacking, and she can get that through art.
We are trying to validate and affirm every student here, and every teacher here, every staff member here. A lot of our students had a lot of really unique needs, and Aaryon was really able to connect with each one of them and bring out the best in them.
I hope that, with our work with Dr. Holly and some of the things that teachers are doing here.
The big emphasis in my classroom is to validate and affirm kids where they're at, so that idea of validating and affirming who they are culturally, who they are as a person, who they are as what are their likes, their dislikes, things like that. And so the mural helped kids that maybe don't have another avenue to show these kinds of things, that help that come out in them.
Representation. Kids need to see all walks of life. You just don't hang around one group of people, one ethnicity, one background. You wake up and the world is full of tons of people, different shapes, sizes, and colors. So why not have representation of that in your school?
I think that, I guess in the essence of persevering, I think that there are a lot of obstacles in education and just in the world for students of color.
While what we were trying to capture as a school was the diversity and meaningful people within our community.
Well, we asked ourselves, when students and parents walk into our school, what do they see? Do they see themselves anywhere here? How do they relate? Where do they belong here? We wanted to represent people from diverse backgrounds that were very successful.
At the end of the day, these are all figures who have, agree with politics of it or not, who have experienced diversity, who have risen above circumstances, and who have become very successful in spite of the things that they were dealt with growing up. And that's really everything we want to kind of embolden our students with in their process and their journey through school.
I always believe that African American men are never represented in too many things unless it's some kind of sport. And women are always underrated anyway. We needed to have a little diversity.
Well, just experiencing this process, what we need to really embrace and portray to everyone is that the process isn't simply artistic or simply just another drawing or another painting or whatever. When you dive in and you look at everything and the entire process that goes into the making of something like this, and the number of skills that you're learning that have conceivably nothing to do with art, but are really interwoven in there, it's invaluable. And kids are asked to express themselves in very specific ways in school. And this allows the students to step outside of that box of expression and able to kind of project something very important in a way that they've never been asked to express it before.
So I hope that that they can really understand how important it is to the students that we serve at North Valley. We need to serve them in a way that educates them to be successful, but also to still be able to be themselves and not lose who they are, not lose their culture. So that's all very important to me.
Hi, my name is Hope.
What is your fondest memory working with Aaryon Bird Williams?
Probably meeting him, getting to know him, and learning that he was really nice.
What was it like working with Aaryon Bird Williams?
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
What is the most important thing you learned?
That in every drawing that there's always grids. So grids are helping me in my own projects, and it helped us with all of our arts, our murals.
The toughest thing I learned was probably all the shading so you could get all the right colors. Hi, I'm Mia.
What is your fondest memory working with Aaryon Bird Williams?
Meeting him.
What was your role in painting this mural?
I helped paint one.
What is one of the most important things you learned?
How to hold a brush.
What do you plan on doing in the future with your art?
Probably selling it.
There's greatness in you, and you have to believe in yourself, and you have to pursue it. And you are capable of anything that you believe that you can do, and you are our future.
People think that the arts should be free, and I know firsthand that they shouldn't be free. We pay for all kinds of other services. We should pay for the arts.